Hey guys and gals, sweet project cars here with cool, trick, and affordable ways.
Julio, tell everybody where all the tools are at and get you right out of the way.
Customers laid quite a challenge on us. They want these rims to look like these new center caps.
All right, we've got our stripper on our Mercedes project wheel. We're going to try to make this look like chrome. You can see the stripper's really working. I'm excited to make these things look awesome. All right, now depending on how warm it is outside, depends on how long it takes for the stripper to go at it. Usually about 20 minutes after you put a good heavy coat on it, then power wash it and see if there's any areas you need to hit with stripper again. Make sure you wear rubber gloves, put your Venom gloves on because the stuff is kind of nasty and you do not want to do it around anything with paint. Now on our power washer, we are using the pinpoint nozzle. This will work the best. All right, we got it power washed off, and there's some spots, especially on the inside of the holes of the rims, but we're going to dry it off and then hit those areas again with stripper. All right, I had one of my good subscribers ask why, when they use their mothers on their wheel, the cloth did not turn black like it should. It's because it's clear coated. If you use your mothers on anything that looks like it's aluminum and it doesn't turn black, your cloth, that means that it's been clear coated, and you've got to do this process right here. This is much easier to keep these rims looking nice than clear coating them, okay? Because most of the time you don't drive a really nice car in the wintertime anyhow, but if you ceramic coat them after we're done here, then you'll have no worries whatsoever. All right, guys and gals, this is our Mercedes project, and you won't see me dressed like this very often, and the only reason I am is because it's a dirty job, and you will not get a better finish. This will be show chrome looking when you're done, but we're going to take the wheel weight off. We mark it right here to make sure we put it right back on where it's supposed to go. And if you have your valve stem coming out through the wheel here, or here, wherever it may come out, you'll want to take that out. But this one we're not going to worry about because it's recessed down in there, and we're going to treat these areas here differently. We're not going to buff them up. You'll see how that goes. But there's a lot of stuff you can put here in your memory bank. But let's make this happen and cut this thing down and make it shine. Let's pop the wheel weight out while we can. Now I thought I would show this. For those of you that have a DA and you want to go over and DA it, you can. We're going to show you how to do this as well. But as far as rough surfaces, you'll want to sand it down before you go with your polish. All right, now we'll change the wheel and go to one that's a little bit smoother and a different compound. All right, we've got our new wheel on. It's not new, it's been used. And we got our finishing compound right here. All right, this is where we go to our mothers and our Eagle 1 wadding. See how black that is? That means we're right down to the aluminum. What we're going to do here, bead blast these. You can paint them if you want, but we're going to tape this off, the whole thing, and then bead blast the inside of each one of these. And then we're going to ceramic coat the entire wheel. Inside here and up here, so we never have to worry about it again. 3M polishing pad, and hit it one more time with mothers and our Eagle wadding. All right, that's what we want it to look like. Not bad, huh? Pretty darn close to chrome. We are going to bead blast in here and then ceramic coat the whole wheel. So here's how we do it. You make sure you put the tape on and you go around the edges of your holes if you have any. Now what I'll do is I'll do these two, but you do the whole wheel just like I just did here. And we have the sharpest X-Acto knife you can get. If you do not have an extremely sharp X-Acto knife, you will not be able to get this to come out right. Then you just hold it on an angle. And they dull up pretty quick because you're rubbing up against metal. You take that piece and put it right over this. There you go. Now I'll finish this all up, I'll cut them all out, and then I'll show you what it looks like after I'm done. And then we'll set up the bead blaster and sandblast, bead blast all these inside here. And then at that point, we're ready to blow it off, clean it up with rubbing alcohol, and ceramic coat it. All right, guys and gals, we are ready to do some bead blasting and get those areas we want to clean up. I marked it with a silver paint on the blue tape where I need to hit it the most because it's a little bit hard to see through the hood. So let's get cracking. All right, now one thing you do not want to do is touch the area that you actually bead blasted, because then you'll put oil on it, it'll mark it up, and you got to do it again. Bead blast it, that is. So we're going to clean it all up and get the area so it's ready for ceramic coating. I think it'll be an awesome contrast from the chrome to that look. All right, folks, bead blasting is done. We're going to blow it off one more time. We haven't touched any of these areas. We got our super duper sweet Project Cars air nozzle. There you go, folks. That's what they want. That's what they got. Now we're going to ceramic coat it. We're going to clean the whole thing with 99% because I want to try to keep this from getting scratched whatsoever. Now we'll hit her with our super duper air nozzle again, get all this to dry up. Now we'll take a brand new cotton cloth. Baby diapers work really well for this. Get all the smearing off. Now we are ready for the ceramic coating. We'll put it on and then let it set and dry for about 20 minutes or so as usual. Then these wheels will never have to be worried about again. Just want to make sure you get all the areas. Now we'll take the cloth off the sponge and we'll put our ceramic coating right on and put it on heavy and go inside and do these areas. And you will not touch these areas in here. You'll let those dry naturally. Now this outer area, yes, you will buff that up after it sets. Now we'll take a walk around, make sure we got all the areas. And you can take the valve stem and core out if you want to do that. We are not doing it on this. All right, we'll let that set. And then we'll come back and hit it again and buff it up, and it's done. All right, guys and gals, there's the finished product. Which one do you like? This one? Or this one? It's a lot of work, but it's well worth it. That thing looks just like chrome. See that center cap? You can't even tell. And the contrast of the bead blasting and the ceramic coating, we just buffed the ceramic coating up after we put it on, and look at that. And it'll last for years and years. Have a great day.